Hand clap to the massive, guys. We are finally back again for another one on this year Mystelics reaction, guys. Welcome. And with that said, guys, let us get into it right there. Of course, the person that you've seen on the screen is none other than Mr. Gabriel Christian. And of course, he's one of the individuals who have tried his best to do very much well for Dominica. And of course, kudos to him for that. Give this video a thumbs up for him. We're going to be talking about a number of things right there, guys. But of course, I must give a shout out to my film mentor, Mr. Alwyn Bully, right there, guys. Of course, Mr. Gabriel Christian is gonna give his words on him as well. By the way, his funeral I think will be tomorrow, Wednesday, early morning, and of course it's gonna be, I know it's gonna be jam-packed because this individual has impacted a lot of individuals, man, even myself included. When it comes onto the film arena, he was the only one out of Dominica, the only one who literally came all the way to Portsmouth to look for the one named Mystelics. He said he was looking for me all over the place. And he came to Portsmouth to look for me, to tell me about the movie that they wanted to do. Unfortunately, the funding wasn't there as a result of the individuals in the UK who were trying to do this. And of course, he invited me to do it. We were doing little rehearsals and stuff in St. John's School. That was back in the day, brothers and sisters. But of course, Mr. Gabriel Christian has something to say in that regard. So let us listen to what he's uttering.
We want to thank our class chair, Lyndon Scotland, for making this award on behalf of the Dominica Grammar School class of 1972 to Anita Bully and the Bully family, and the passing of our teacher, Alwyn Bully, who we dearly love.
Oh, he was your teacher. Oh, interesting.
Many of us would like to be with you today as we bid him farewell, but can't for a variety of reasons. But we want to ensure that you know he's forever in our hearts, that we pay tribute to him today and always for all that he did. He was loving, kind, diligent, innovative, creative, and always encouraged us to do our best.
Yep, me too.
And so, while we wish him farewell, we shall always be with us, and our country owes him an enormous debt of gratitude.
Oh, yes, indeed.
For having designed our national flag, having expanded the bounds of our culture, and in his personal deportment, having done huge work in reducing the fissures in class and color and caste, which blighted our society those days.
Definitely.
He came from that segment of our society which was deemed more privileged, but he never forgot to be inclusive in all he did. And he narrowed the gap between town and country and between different strata in our society. God bless you, Owen. God bless you, Anita, and his children, and to our mourning nation, we extend our condolences and prayers. Take care.
Indeed, condolences to the family and friends of this wonderful man right there, man. I tell you, there's none like this guy ever. I don't think there'll ever be anyone like this guy right there, especially when it comes on to the creative industry, when it comes on to not just Dominica, but the Caribbean and the world by extension. He did a fantastic job, brothers and sisters. And of course, the sad part of this, guys, the sad part of this, in my understanding, guys, my question here I must ask, is in his final hours, in his final days being in the hospital, my question here is, was he treated to the respect that he truly deserved? Was he treated to the respect that he truly deserved? That is a great question I want to ask right there to the individuals who were caretaking him. Did you guys truly treat him with the respect that he truly deserved? In his final times, in his final hours, an icon in Dominica, even the caretaking part of it, I think he should have had his own area for which he you know, was being taken care of and had special treatment. This is an icon in Dominica. The very flag that you see today is him that has designed it. It was he who designed it, showcasing the talent and skills and what it means when it comes down to the representation of the flag, what Dominica actually signifies, and not just Dominica itself, because Dominica can't stand on its own, but as well as including the people themselves and as well as the animals. I would have to point out the parrot itself, Dominica's national bird. Was our icon truly treated in the way that he should have been treated in his final hours? Because sometimes you tend to wonder, sometimes you tend to wonder. There's a number of information that I know, and I'm just saying this like this right there. So I'm just letting you guys know. By the way, I also found out recently that the body, somebody actually asked this on one of my comments, stating, where's Kian Alexander, aka the madman? Well, his body is still in the morgue. The person was asking me that. Well, yeah, his body is still in the morgue. Okay, so I just letting you guys know that right there. But on the basis of him, Alwyn Bully, an icon in Dominica, was he truly treated with that respect that he truly deserved? A man who thought not highly of himself, he thought highly of his skill set, but of himself personally. He was amongst everybody. Everybody. I remember interacting with him and seeing how he interacted with other people as well, and he was just a free up person. I think all of us need to be like Mr. Alwyn Bully. I think all of us need to be like this man. He's gone now. His legacy will always live on, especially when you look at the flag. You know that he designed the flag. His legacy will always live on. His creative aspect through the many lives that he has touched will also live on as well. I know I'm one of them. I know I'm definitely one of them. One of the reasons why I kept pushing and pushing even to the fact where I reached to the YouTube headquarters in Silicon Valley was as a result of him. Was as a result of this man. Right there. When people will discourage you and whatnot, you're noticing that a man who actually has prestige, being an icon, not just for Dominica, but across the world, is looking to you and saying he likes what you do. And sees the talent in you, and every time he sees you, encourages you and say, bro, you need to continue and this and that. This is one of the reasons why I ended up doing film in college. Or we did a number of films in college. So that is as a result of him, the impact of him. Even to the point I remember when we stood up and what are they calling that? I would say a conspiracy, but it's not really a conspiracy because we actually, did it for real. And we put this picture out there and that went viral all over the place. People think craziness was happening in college. He's the one who, But my question I still am asking, was he truly treated with the respect that he truly deserved? I'll leave that there right there, brothers and sisters. But the question here is, let's just move on. This is, of course, something rather interesting right there. So we know we must be like Alwyn Bully. I think Alwyn Bully was a great role model. But there are people right now who are still alive today that we should never be like, even though they are in positions of power. For example, you have the Prime Minister stating this, and an individual is responding to the statement of the Prime Minister stating, cut the crap. Justin's son is no exception to the other individuals or the other criminals that you have dealt with. We're hearing that Justin's son is apparently a crypto diplomat of Dominica. He's a crypto diplomat, which is interesting. That would make sense why he's trying to get other citizens in China for them to actually, sign up to become digital citizens. But he's a crypto diplomat of Dominica. Interesting. And of course, this individual is saying, of course, Justin's son is not the only one. He's not the exception to the rule. The Prime Minister saying Justin's son, the things that he's been accused of is not criminal. Anyways, dealing with crooks and criminals is the norm for our Prime Minister right there. Dealing with crooks and criminals is the norm. True or false? Is it true? Alireza Monfared, Alison Maduki. We have a set of these people that have obtained our Dominica diplomatic passports to represent Dominica as ambassadors, who are either in jail, in prison, or died already. And we have Justin's son, the latest one. But there's something rather interesting taking place. I don't think a number of persons know, especially when it comes down to the United States dollar. The United States dollar has been affected by what other countries are doing. And it seems like a number of countries, even Kenya, I believe it is, Kenya is telling their citizens to drop the United States dollar as a result of other countries like Russia, China, a number of other places, Brazil, a number of places are teaming up to also drop the US dollar. So if you pay attention to the world and then you come back to Dominica, You realize that the US dollar, the Eastern Caribbean dollar, is backed by the United States dollar. You guys know that, right? None of all you know that? All you know that? Well, the Eastern Caribbean dollar is backed by the United States dollar. If the United States dollar falls, what do you think is going to happen to the Eastern Caribbean dollar and other countries that have been backed by the United States dollar? What do you think is going to happen? Which brings me to the point and say, hey, maybe Scary them knows something of that instance and they decided, hey, we need to do something. Go into crypto. You can go into crypto one. You can go into gold. You can go into a number of things, precious stones and what have you. You can go into a number of things like that, where if all else fails, you can then use this as some sort of barter or currency. Gold is actual value, brothers and sisters, whereas the created value of the paper, the 3-leaf money, is not real. Okay, just putting that out there. So if the United States dollar falls, if you're paying attention, you realize that something is going on, especially when there are a number of banks failing in the United States. You will say, what's going on? Pay attention. If the United States dollar is falling, obviously it's going to affect the Eastern Caribbean dollar. So obviously there was going to be a need for some other currency to take place. And there comes the cryptocurrency, which I'm thinking to myself, is that what they actually want? To kill the dollar and then create a central digital currency that they can control. I saw this thing right there. No central bank digital currency under any circumstances. That is not a good thing. You know why? Because if you have digital currency, they can control it for you. So in other words, just like what they did in Canada, when the Canadian people wanted to get PayPal, they shut down PayPal. So the truckers couldn't get the PayPal money. They shut down the banking stuff, so they actually had to use the physical money. So they were able to get by as a result of the physical money. But if it's digital, brothers and sisters, I was going to say something going to happen in the digital currency, but maybe YouTube might come for me. So let me leave that alone. In that sphere, brothers and sisters, you have to be very mindful of central digital currency because they can control what you do. And they can stop your money from working. Just like you see your Dominica take light a while ago. Well, they can just turn off your bank account if they say, oh, you're going to protest in Roseau for electoral reform. They're turning off your bank accounts if it's digital. So in mind, I'm thinking, maybe they know this is happening and they're trying to now push this Tron thing. It's possible, ain't it? True or false? If you're paying attention to what's going on, much more, and this is what I don't understand, you know. The great book says, with a lack of knowledge, my people, what is it going again? With a lack of knowledge, my people perish. Well, that is the echoed sentiment right there. People don't seem to care what's going on until it starts affecting them, and they wondering, but how has this happened to me? Because you were not paying attention. You have to look at the trends, brothers and sisters, to see how things are going in life, and then you can be better prepared. But some of all, you just sit it down in utter darkness. Utter darkness, just tired. Yeah. Just sit down in darkness. Yeah, all right then. Okay. But yes, brothers and sisters, this is a very dangerous thing. And of course, you know, I did also a little more and found this out right there. Actually saw this and I was saying, what? That can't be. But apparently, Tron is 18 cents to 1 EC dollar. And it seems to be rising on the basis of what is going on right there. This is Tron X. Tron is 18 cents to 1 EC dollar. So if the EC falls, Tron most likely won't be affected. And that is a good thing if it's not centralized. This is one of the reasons why I tell people, if you want to go and get Bitcoin instead. Go and get Bitcoin and see if you can put it in a wallet. That is the best thing to do. Because if they are able to control whatever you have your Bitcoin in, they can shut it down. They can shut it down. The best thing to actually have is the actual paper money, and they will not get to see your business. Have the paper money, I can buy a lollipop, they will not know you buy a lollipop. But if you're using a digital card or whatnot, and you see you pay for it, they see you pay for some lollipop. Brothers and sisters, It's one of the ways they can control people. So instead of actually using gold, they want to find a better way or another way for them to be able to control the masses. And a lot of people don't seem to be paying attention to this. They're just there, like sitting ducks. Sitting ducks, boss. Anyways, I saw this of Mr. Justin right there. Currently for Dominica is the ordinance. Tron crypto means this blah 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 blah. Bit means blah 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 blah. TRX, that's what we just saw a while ago. TRX, get right there. It's Tron. So you seen means the governance token of Tron protocol. Purpose. The purpose of this ordinance is to approve Tron as Dominica's designated national blockchain infrastructure, whereas its native tokens, aka Tron crypto, are granted statutory status as authorized digital currency and media of exchange in the Commonwealth of Dominica. This is what you call centralized. Okay, I'm just putting that out there. That's the purpose that they want to do with Tron. Now, guys, don't get me wrong. I understand if the EC dollar fall, you need to rely on something else. But to rely on digital currency is a good thing if it's not centralized. It cannot be controlled. This is why you can go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is one of the things that you can use. Ethereum is another thing you can use. A number of these things that are not based on the government intervention. But this, of course, is what the government wants you to do or wants you to use. I would urge people not to use this stuff if the United States dollar does fall. Because if you're using this stuff, this is just one of the ways where they're able to say, okay, we know what you're doing with your money and decide to stop you, especially if you're protesting against the government. This is one of the things that they're trying to do. And this is in accordance to the one world order government, brothers and sisters. Remember the Prime Minister stated that very thing right there. Are you not paying attention here? Are you not paying attention, boy? Acceptable uses. The government in the Commonwealth of Dominica may accept Tron crypto payment for public service, including tax payments, when and where the necessary infrastructure for transaction is available. Economic agents in the Commonwealth of Dominica may accept Tron, so pretty much accepting Tron. Exchange rate, the exchange rate between Tron and the Eastern Caribbean dollar, subsequent, I just told you guys right there, it's 18 cents to 1 EC dollar. Will be freely determined by the market. That's what we just saw there. The market, that's what it is. Right there, brothers and sisters. Okay, as a result of April 4th, that is today. Okay, all right. No capital gains tax. Exchange between Tron crypto and EC are not subject to capital gains tax, so no interest on it. Right there. Okay, guys. So yeah. So if you're trying to exchange it, not. But if you're looking at, I'm just thinking of how hedges work. So if it falls, anyways, that I might be going a bit too deep in that one. So let's leave that alone. Most likely they're not looking for it to fall. They're looking for it to increase. So if you buy it at this rate and then you sell it at this rate, obviously this is going to be capital gains. Because if you buy it at 18 cents, and it rose to 28 cents, that means you make a capital gain of 10 cents. This is how Bitcoin works, where people buying and selling, waiting for it to go up, and then they sell it when it go up, and they're waiting for it to come down all the way down, and then when it comes all the way down, they buy again, and then they keep making profit, but not in Bitcoin itself, but not in crypto. Let's use it as a larger sphere. Not in crypto alone, but in the EC or US dollar. If you're buying and selling, obviously people want to make the US dollar, so they increase it by making capital gains on crypto. So most likely people using it as a stock exchange or trading, not stock exchange, but trading. They're using it as a trading mechanism for them to make more of the paper money, so to speak. I'm breaking it down so simple people can understand right there. The paper money. Whereas they don't see it as a measure of payment in itself. I'm obtaining Bitcoin, I'm obtaining cryptocurrency, so I can use this cryptocurrency to do different things. They're not seeing it as a way of the crypto being thing, but hey, I can make the paper money itself. So when it goes down, I buy it. When it rises, I sell it. I make my capital gains, and then when it comes back down again, I sell. Well, when it goes up, I sell. When it comes back down, I buy, and so forth and so forth. If you understand how this thing works right there. So, but the big question I must ask, the Prime Minister seems to have signed this thing right there. We see this signature right there as of the 7th day of October 2022. So he signed this. My question I must ask, guys, was this brought to the people? I mean, if we are living in a democratic society, and they are just doing things behind our back. Remember, they are supposed to do things for the people. And if they're doing things for the people need to be informed and say, okay, yes, go ahead, please, sir. But have they done this? We see the Prime Minister signing this. Was this ever brought before the people? And if it wasn't brought before the people, then whose agenda are they following? Are they following the people's agenda? Or are they following their own agenda? That is a good question to ask. Because I never know they had any sort of discussion on this with the people. Have you guys heard they had discussions about these things? It seems like this thing was just placed on us. And it's just after last election that happened there, we hearing about Skerrit and Justin soon talking about, oh, thanks, and Dominica has become the number one, the first country for the Tron infrastructure. I mean, guys, let me tell you something now. When government is involved in something, and I learned that from the United States, I learned that from in the people. Boy, I tell you, I learned that in a conference I was invited to. When it comes on to the economic understanding. So when people think I don't understand how America works, you have no clue what I know. I know from government to the economy to finance to healthcare. I know all these things and how they function and how they coordinate with each other for them to be able to get the most out of the people. And as a result, they're saying that a lot of the things that are being portrayed on the news or are not necessarily for the people. It is for those who are lobbies to make money as a result of this. Even Donald Trump admitted that. He said, yes, I used the very system that Hillary them stated that for 30 years they have been there and never seem to have changed. But they will come and tell you nice things. Hey, we're looking to do this, looking to do that. But you've been there for 30 years and didn't do nothing. They have been there for 20-something years and didn't do anything with the economy, and they're still blaming outside forces, not themselves. Well, you look at other countries and seeing them developing. Look at St. Kitts. Look at Grenada. Antigua themselves elevated. Barbados themselves elevating too. What happened to Dominica? St. Vincent. Send 30,000. Gasa, let me continue before I stay there too long. There's this important thing right there. So apparently I saw this on Facebook. And apparently Astafans has sale. Beauty Wise has sale. Muslim Store has sale. $3 plus has sale. Raful has sale. All 20, 30 and 40% sale, brothers and sisters. Yet still, the people still cannot shop in the Commonwealth. What a thing. So who do you think they're doing things for if the economy is going down? Yet still they are bringing all these kind of things there in without telling the people a black word about it. Yet still there are sale going on. And the reason why there's sale because the people can afford what normally generally speaking, generally the people cannot afford the prices of this stuff. And sometimes I see the prices, especially in Astafans. I saw something on Amazon and I happened to glance it in Astafans. I say, wee! I hold my hat, brothers and sisters, because the thing costs $600-700. One of them $600 or $800 in Astafans, as something that costing about $99 in Amazon. I don't know what kind of tax they paying and tariff they paying on VAT they paying there 15% basically. If they try to make a profit, say $300. Okay, 300, make it $400 to make a $100 profit. Huh? What? And it's not only there, you know. I saw it in another place as well. I wouldn't call the name because some of them is Mystelics family. So I would know, man. Yeah, man, I'll leave it alone. Because there's a device I have, brothers and sisters, for my vehicle. A device I have for my vehicle. And I saw it there. And that thing was $900, we. $900. And when I buy my own, that was less than $100 US. I say, Papa, man, all you know, easy. Hey. But anyways, brothers and sisters, economy is going down. There's sale happening and people still can't shop. So apparently they have to bring this thing down to 40, 50. But most of this thing, the reason why this is right there, guys, is because of the port fees. That is why port fees that are bringing these things expensive like that in Dominica. And you would think, hey, government, have a little mercy on us now. You have us paying high port fees, then we have to come and sell it in this store, and you still have to take tax on that again. You still have to take tax on that again. So after we pay port fees and tax, we come to sell, you still have to take more tax on that again. So what? Anyways, that is what the people want. So, and on top of that, brothers and sisters, so apparently, Flow customers, we must make a small broadband price increase of 3%, 3.5% as of May 1st, 2023. That's next month, okay, guys, to cover the rising costs of doing business. Of course, things have changed and whatnot. So this is one of the things that they are doing. But you know what's not changing? Your salary. Okay, your salary. Boss fee change. Boss driver becoming billionaires in yen. Billionaires, brothers and sisters, in Dominica. But your salary is still the same. Matter of fact, your salary not the same, you know. Because if you get 1,000 or you get 1,200 and you get 1,200 after working 5 years in Dominica, then obviously your $1,200, your $1,200 that you're making after 5 years is worth about $700-800 now. You know what inflation and the value of money is? Some of all you have no, some of all you think is crazy. And he said, but Mystelics, what you said, you know? Well, you will learn. You would learn as everything going up and your salary stays the same. The value of your money goes down while everything goes up. What do you think is gonna happen? That you will not be able to buy as much as you used to buy back then. That is what is happening in Dominica. Anyways, the main revenue earners of Dominica are passports, passport sales, offshore banking services, crypto, coin dealing, and ship registration. Now, guys, I know some of you guys might say, what is talking about offshore banking? What are you talking about now? What are you talking about? What are you talking about now? Well, guys, we know it at Republic Bank and we know it at National Bank of Dominica. What other bank you have now? We know it at them credit union banks. So let's say about 2 banks. We forget credit union. Well, Dominica have multiple banks, and Dominica have plenty banks. Yes, brothers and sisters, Dominica plenty. So much to the point. Let me break it down for Alan. Angelo Allen actually pointed this out right there. Let me see if I can make sure you guys hear what he's saying. Okay, so this is what he's saying right there, brothers and sisters. Why have all international banks left Dominica? That's a good question right there. Scotiabank left. A number of banks left. Look, the other one, First Caribbean or whatever they call that one, leave too. Now, Western Union and MoneyGram are signaling uncertainty. I've heard that either MoneyGram or Western Union were leaving in January. Apparently, they're still there, but there have been ups and downs saying when you can come and get money, when you can't get. So there have been a number of variations. I guess they try to adapt to the very system right there. But of course, uncertainty still remains for Western Union and MoneyGram. A list of some banks and financial entities licensed by the Prime Minister scared in Dominica. Sorry about that, guys. My camera just filled up right there, so I had to clear some space. But of course, you've seen a number of apparently banks in Dominica that apparently we don't know about. So we have a number of them right there. Okay, we have this one, and they're giving you the address where they are. We have Euro Development Ltd. We have Bergdorf Investment, Liston Limited, Metal Investment and Venture. We have bank. Yes, I Golden Egg Investment Limited, Business Air Service Ltd. We Royce Mac Ltd. Taylor Brooks. Yes, me. All right. Well, we have bank. You want to know what bank is, brethren? We have bank, father. We have bank. What you know about bank, Nogasa? We have bank. You see it? It doesn't stop there, no? I must count them bank. All this bank. We have in Dominica. We are back again, guys. I didn't clear enough space. So we are back again. But yeah, guys, as you can see, numerous banks in the nature of the Caribbean, man. And of course, you know, have you guys used any of these banks? I would like to know. Let me know. We have used any of these banks? No, okay. A lot of them seem to be in Coptol, St. George, Roseau Valley, Roseau Valley, Roseau Valley, all of them Roseau Valley, hell. Great job, Roseau. But look, banking Roseau. Mes amigas, how we have bank. We have bank, but none of all using them. Not true. Look, one in Soufriere. Okay, at least one in Soufriere. I wonder if they have any impulse, you know. Roseau. Yes, I. But look, boy, Roseau have that space again, man. What? Roseau that no more space, man. What? Roseau. Yes, I. Yes, Lord. Okay. Roseau her bank, Baba. Yes, sir. Well, I mean, hey, you can't say we don't have. You can't say you can't find bank, eh? But the funny thing is, I know you can't find these banks. Can you guys find them? Global Outsourcing Inc. Coptal Roseau Valley Roseau. You know your zip code 00152. So those of all you who don't know your zip code, there you go. I always knew it. I have another one, you know, but yes, they have this one right there. Let me see if they have all the other zip codes. I saw another 00152. They just some of them are 152. Yeah, man. Well, you see those 152. 00152. Alright then. Well, now you know what is Dominica's zip code. I think I'll put that in the title. So all you know what is Dominica's zip code now. Okay? Alright. Just in case if you didn't know, well, now you know. If you type it on Google, you might see something else. But that was the zip code of definitely back in the day. That one is a different rules, oh man. Well, we have banks. Banks like, whoa, so we can't run out of money anytime soon. Not true. Oh, okay. Oh, okay then. What are your thoughts, guys? Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. This is pretty much all about for this reaction video. Give the video a thumbs up, guys. Give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. And subscribe and turn on that post notification. Click subscribe, click the bell, and then click all, and you'll be notified when I drop my videos right there and there, guys. This is pretty much all about for this reaction video. Big up Mr. Alwyn Bully. May we look to be like you, Mr. Alwyn Bully. But may we not do like what our Prime Minister has been doing. And then we don't know what's going on. So they never tell us about, you know, this Justin soon. They never tell us about this thing there. And of course, we finding out we have a set of banks that some of us, a lot of us, if not all of us, have no clue existing in Dominica. But we are banking. Yes, man. Yes, brothers and sisters. Anyways, give this video a thumbs up. I'll see you guys in the next reaction video. Boom, bam.